Thank you for listening to today's episode of Medical Device Global Market Access by Pure Global. In this episode, we are examining a critical enforcement action from the United Kingdom's Medicines and Healthcare Products Regulatory Agency, or MHRA, that serves as a powerful case study in supply chain integrity and the absolute necessity of regulatory compliance. On August 10, 2026, the MHRA issued a Device Safety Information Alert, referenced as DSI/2026/007. This was not a typical recall for a malfunctioning device. Instead, it was a direct order to all healthcare providers in the UK to immediately quarantine and cease the use of 6 specific types of medical devices that had been supplied to the market without the required conformity markings. The alert specified that these devices lacked either a valid UKCA mark, which is the post-Brexit conformity assessment marking for Great Britain, or a CE mark, which was still permissible for certain devices under transitional arrangements. The products implicated were fundamental healthcare tools, including blood collection sets, surgical scalpels, needle holders, and other sterile single-use devices. The MHRA's directive was unequivocal. Find these products in your inventory, remove them from use, and place them in quarantine. This immediate and widespread action underscores the seriousness with which the regulator views non-compliance, even in the absence of direct patient harm. What makes this case particularly instructive is the MHRA's rationale. The safety alert explicitly stated that no specific safety defects or adverse events had been reported in connection with these devices. The core issue was the lack of a conformity mark. Without this mark, there is no verifiable evidence that the manufacturer has met the essential safety and performance requirements mandated by UK law. The MHRA could not be assured of the device's quality, safety, or critically for sterile products, their sterility. The absence of the mark signifies a complete breakdown in the regulatory process, rendering the product's safety profile unknown and unacceptable for use in the UK healthcare system. This demonstrates a key regulatory principle. Compliance is the prerequisite for market access, and the burden of proof for safety lies with the manufacturer, demonstrated through proper conformity assessment. The impact of this alert is multifaceted. For healthcare providers, it created an immediate operational challenge, requiring them to identify and replace essential stock, potentially disrupting clinical procedures. For patients, it introduced a theoretical risk, as they may have been treated with devices of unverified quality. But for the economic operators involved, the manufacturer and the distributor who place these products on the market, the consequences are severe. They face not only the financial loss from the quarantine products, but also significant reputational damage and intense regulatory scrutiny from the MHRA. This action effectively terminates their market access for these products and calls into question their entire compliance framework. So what are the practical takeaways for regulatory, quality, and market access teams? We believe there are several crucial actions to consider. First, for distributors and importers, this incident highlights the critical need for robust supplier verification. It is not enough to simply accept a declaration of conformity from a manufacturer. You must have a process to actively verify the legitimacy of conformity markings, the validity of supporting certificates from approved or notified bodies, and the completeness of the technical documentation. Your role as an economic operator carries its own legal responsibilities. Second, for manufacturers, this is a lesson in supply chain oversight. You must ensure that every partner in your distribution network understands and adheres to the specific regulatory requirements of the target market. A non-compliant action by a distributor can have devastating consequences for your brand and market presence. Ensure your distribution agreements have clear clauses regarding regulatory compliance and that you conduct periodic audits of your partners' processes. Third, all regulatory and quality teams should use this MHRA alert as an internal case study. Review your own supply chain. Are there any potential gaps in your oversight that could allow a non-compliant product to enter the market? Proactively auditing your own processes for placing devices on the market is essential preventative medicine for your business. In conclusion, the MHRA's action on August 10, 2026, is a stark reminder that conformity marking is the non-negotiable entry ticket to the market. Its absence is not a minor administrative error. It is a fundamental failure that regulators will act upon decisively to protect public health. If your organization needs assistance navigating the complexities of global market access, including the specific requirements for the UK, please check out Pure Global. In the description of this episode, you will find links to our free AI-powered regulatory tools and our extensive device database. Thank you for listening, and we will see you next time.